Hey everyone, it's FinalRound and my name is Jordan. I hope you did well on Friday. I know I did make a video for it. Thursday nights are date nights with the wife, so I had to give her her time, and it does take me a lot of time to dig up this information. I just spent the past 2 hours digging up lines, and I only had 4 games of lines to choose from. For the other games, I will have a pinned comment and try to find some stuff in the morning. And if I see a good matchup, if I see a good play, I'll put that in there as the day goes on, as injury news comes out. So you will see images that come up on the screen. Those will be from a data app called Outlier. There'll be a link in the description. It'll give you a 7-day free trial to Outlier. So I found 8 different players for you guys and a lot more than 8 picks. This channel, if you're new to this channel, I'm not just going to give you, like 3 picks and hope for like a 3-0 sweep. I'm going to give you a lot of picks, a lot of data. It's going to be up to you whether you want to take a plus money play that has good history, good value to it, or if you want to take some of the plays and parlay them together. And that's all going to be up to you. I'm going to start with the teams on a back-to-back. The Hornets will be on a back-to-back at home against the fresh Brooklyn Nets. I saw that Cam Thomas is going to be available, so that's going to change things a little bit for the Nets and some players that we were looking at recently, like Dorian Finney-Smith and shot attempts for other guys. He's going to take a lot of that away. And then the Portland Trailblazers will be at home against the fresh Raptors. We've been doing really well with Manuel Quickley assist. So we'll see where those lines come out and find some good matchups there, and I'll post those tomorrow. So this first pick that I found, it's going to be Isaiah Stewart of the Detroit Pistons, over 17.5 points plus rebounds. This is -130. They're playing against the Mavericks, who give up the 11th most points and the 9th most rebounds to the power forward position. So Derek Lively of the Mavericks, their starting center, is going to be out. So that's going to help a little bit on the opposite side of things for the Pistons. I know Stewart plays the power forward position. He also will be a backup center, but he's been playing well as of late, and his lines have been pretty low. He's gone over this line in 7 out of the last 9 games and 5 out of the last 6 games at home, and he is one of those guys who has a 3.5 first quarter points prop. If you're new to the channel, I do really like these 3.5 first quarter points props because they just need 2 baskets and the payouts are usually pretty good. So it's +110 for him to get just 2 baskets over the last 3 games. I kind of scrolled on Outlier a little bit there so you can see the minutes. The last 3 games, he's played 9+ minutes. So it's good to see with the good matchup. I just need him to get 2 baskets. He does shoot 3s, so he could hit a 3 and then maybe get like a free throw or something like that. I also looked at his first quarter rebounds since they do give up the nice most rebounds. It's at 1.5, and this is also -130, the same payout as that 17.5 points plus rebounds. And this has a 75% hit rate over the last 20 games. So if you just want to say, screw it, I'm not going with the points plus rebounds, this could be a blowout. He could get in foul trouble. He could get injured. Same payout for just him getting 2 rebounds in the first quarter. He's been doing it a lot. You can go with that as well. So the second picks can be on the other side of things. So PJ Washington is the power forward for the Dallas Mavericks. He was traded for recently near the trade deadline. They have his points line at 12.5. This is at -120. And with Derek Lively out, he should get a little bit more minutes. I know Daniel Gafford's going to step in as the starting center. But just the big man rotation. The Pistons are giving up the 4th most points to the power forward position. He's gone over in 4 out of his last 5 games, and he's been averaging 33.7 minutes. So getting a lot of run time there. And he is a scorer. He's a scoring type of power forward. So with the good matchup, I really like this line. And if you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? I appreciate all the positive comments I've gotten recently. It's amazing. I'm grateful for the community, that's being built, especially in the Discord. If you'd like to discuss lines further, there's a link in the description for that. I've had a lot of people recently tell me that it's one of the better communities that they've been in for Discords, and just everyone's just getting along. We're just trying to find the best lines for the day. And this third pick is going to be Daniel Gafford filling in for Derek Lively. Over 8.5 rebounds plus assists. This is at -111. The Pistons give up the 9th most rebounds and the 2nd most assists to the center position. So he hasn't been playing too many minutes as of late because Lively has been there. So I sorted out when Lively was out, and there's just one game with the Mavericks, and that was on February 12th. He was with the Mavericks. He was playing against his old team that had just traded him, the Washington Wizards, who are not good against the center position, and that was partly because of him being there. So he put up 17 rebounds and got 2 assists in that one game. The rest of the stats that you see on there are with him with the Washington Wizards as the starting center. So he's gone over this mark in 8 out of the last 9 games without Derek Lively playing. So as long as he gets starter minutes, this is a good line for him. So that's 8.5 rebounds plus assist. And this next pick is going to be Yusuf Nurkic of the Phoenix Suns, over 3.5 assists. This is at -120. He'll be playing against the Celtics. The Celtics have Jaylen Brown questionable, Jason Tatum's questionable. They have a lot of guys questionable. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game goes with injuries. But the Celtics over the past month giving up the 7th most assists to the center position. He's been passing the ball really well as of late. He's gone over in 4 straight, and he's gone over in 5 out of his last 6 home games. So really like Nurkic there. I know he's been rebounding a ton, but just this assist line, he's been doing really well. And on the other side of things, soft spot for the Phoenix Suns is the point guard position. So Jrue Holiday, I like him over 1.5 3-pointers made at -135. The Suns give up the 2nd most 3-pointers made to the point guard position. He's gone over in 7 out of the last 10 games and 9 straight away games. So with this at -135, could be a good parlay piece. And then also he has a 2.5 first quarter points mark at -115. The Suns are giving up the 6th most points to the point guard position. He's gone over in 5 out of the last 7 games, and this kind of goes in with that 3-pointers made mark. So if you wanted to put these together, since it's at 2.5, all he needs is 1 3. If he gets one of those in the first quarter, you hit that first quarter mark, and you're already halfway to the 3-pointers mark. So I like Jrue Holiday there. They do have a soft spot with the shooting guard position as well, but there are not Derek White lines out due to some questionable injuries right now. All right, so this Spurs-Warriors game, Steph Curry is out and Victor Wembanyama is out. So there are no Chris Paul lines, so I don't know where his assists are going to be. I'd expect him to step into the starting point guard position, and Klay Thompson still come off the bench. But I do like Zach Collins. I like what I see with Zach Collins, over 14.5 points at -130. Warriors are giving up the 13th most points to the center position. He's gone over this in 4 out of 6 games this season with Victor Wembanyama out, and he just had 22 points with Victor Wembanyama out on March 7th. So very good recent history, good matchup. I did take a look at his first quarter points. It was actually bumped up. It went up to 4.5. You can see on the screen. These lines, overnight, they'll fluctuate. They go up and down. I don't like it at 4.5. If it gets back down to 3.5, I would take it. You just need him to get 2 baskets. And before I get into these last couple picks, I want to shout out my partners, Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, and ChalkBoard. Use promo code FinalRound11 on any of these. They'll match your first deposit up to $100, and Sleeper will do it up to $500. There'll be links in the description. That'll take you straight there with the promo codes. And thank you to anyone that uses those. On the 7th pick is going to be Luka Doncic. Right now they say he's iffy to play. He's had some injuries he's been battling through. Right now they say it's an elbow. So he could play, he could not. But he's playing against the Pistons, and the Pistons give up the most points to the point guard position. So if he doesn't play, Kyrie Irving becomes the guy who you want to look at for points. I'm thinking he's going to play just because they still have Kyrie Irving's lines out. So I like Luka Doncic over 8.5 first quarter points. They have his total points at 34.5 for him to score 35. But he's gone over this first quarter points mark in 7 out of the last 9 games. And this may not mean much, but against Detroit, his last 2 games he played were last season. He had 14 in the first quarter and then 24 in the first quarter. So definitely a team he just likes to start off hot and just go off against. So if he is ruled out, then we'll take a look at Kyrie Irving's lines. I'll put that in the pinned comment if I like where they put them at. And this 8th pick is going to be Ayo Dosunmu of the Chicago Bulls. I like him over 13.5 points at -104. This was just bumped up from 12.5. Like I said, this will fluctuate overnight. Some people might start taking the under on it. Because it's -104, and a lot of people will just go based off the odds. So if it falls back to 12.5, even better. But the Clippers give up the 7th most points to the shooting guard position, and sometimes he'll play point guard. They give up the 3rd most points to the point guard position. I was taking a look at Kobe White, and his points line is just a little too high for me. And I like the way Dosunmu's been playing as of late. He's gone over this in 7 out of the last 10 games. And he's also one of those guys with 3.5 first quarter points at -115. He's gone over in 7 out of the last 10 games and 10 out of the last 13 road games. So good value there. And then also you could take a look at his 3-pointers prop. Over 1.5 3-pointers made is at -145. The Clippers give up the 16th most 3-pointers made to the shooting guard position, so right there in the middle. And then for point guards, give up the 3rd most to the point guard position. And like I said, Kobe White's line for this was also very high. Ayo's gone over this mark in 10 out of the last 12 games. So really like that as a parlay piece. So like I said, if you'd like to discuss lines further as more of these games come out, there's a Discord. The link is in the description. If you're wondering why I filmed the night before, I like to spend time with family, and I have time at night, and during the work week I work a full-time job. So that just is what it is, and that's just how it's going to be. If you do well with these and you feel like giving back, I have a Cash App and Venmo in the description. You can donate back to the channel, and thank you to the people who have donated. So keep an eye out for that pinned comment. I know this was a lot of information. Hopefully it does well for you. Hopefully you make a lot of money on this Saturday. God bless you all. It's Final Round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.